Alright guys, Fula coming to you with another video. So this video is just about a quote that, many people won't think it's heavy, but it actually is a heavy quote. Um, as you guys know, I'm a reader. I'm a advocate reader, right? Um, there was something that was said that was very, very heavy, and I just really, I was just like, holy crap, this, if you really think about the words that are said in this, you would realize that this is a heavy word. This was a heavy speech, okay? So I'm reading a book, um, and basically, basically in that book, it just really has, um, it just has like some gems, it just really has some gems in it. And I just was like, yo, like this is crazy. um so basically, in reading these things, I was like, man, this is you some it just sticks to you. It basically sticks to you, what some of the things that are said, you know what I mean? um but anyhow, I'm going to read the quote, okay? And basically, let me find it real quick. Okay, so the thing is, me, if you know me, you'll know that that although I'm not a tribalist, although I'm not a like a quote unquote, like I don't have Ansariya, it's an Arabic word meaning basically you favor your tribe, uh, uh, you favor your tribe over other people. You favor your tribe like to get justice, basically. You know what I mean? Like you favor that. I don't have that, okay? I don't have that. I don't like possess that. Um but I do possess like a sense of, I guess you can say, a sense of security in myself based on my tribe. Based on my tribe, I possess, like, yes, a sense of security, a sense of like not desiring, for example, to have certain features, certain facial features, certain, um, you know, hair texture based on different tribes. Okay. Although in Africa, skin bleaching, we do have that problem. Big time have that problem. Um, you know, women put pancake on they face to, just basically be lighter skinned. It doesn't exist in my family. Thank God. Thank All praise be to Allah for that. But anyhow, what I'm going to say is that I'm reading a book currently about, well, a historical book. And the thing is that these group of revolutionaries, they were trying to, of course, change the status quo of the day. They were trying to change the, like, what was going on, what they saw as injustice, what they saw as tyranny, what they saw as illegal taxes. But somewhere along the line, they lost their way. Like a few people in there, a few people in there lost their way. Okay. And what happened is that instead of wanting to establish justice, instead of wanting to establish like a different order of the day, more people were concerned with, um, more people were concerned with, I want to say, the spoils of war over the, the overall bigger picture. So one of the generals of the armies, he said, you know what? I'm done with this. You guys are doing other things that I'm not agreeing with. I'm leaving y'all to your own devices. I'm going to Mecca to make my pilgrimage. I'm going to abandon this struggle altogether. But the words he used are very, very heavy. He said, I consider flight incumbent upon me. Okay? This is very, very heavy. He said he considered flight incumbent upon him. And so this, I don't know. Maybe it is. I can't say it. Maybe it is Allah. Maybe it is Allah telling me these things. Okay? But when he said he considered flight incumbent upon him, I looked at the situation in the West and I came to the same conclusion that I consider flight incumbent upon me. And the thing is this, okay? Here's the thing. When you look at the economic outlook of the West, right? It's unbelievably crazy, okay? In essence, if you are to own a home in the West, okay? The easiest way, you know how they say a lot of Western women are becoming homeowners? You know how they're becoming homeowners? A lot of them are getting those homes through divorce, okay? Because they are divorcing their husbands, they're able to get these homes, okay? Really, when you look at the average home price in America, it's going to cost you like at least $250,000, okay? Or it's going to cost even 500, half a mil. Even when you look at a condo, there's condos that go for $1 million, like $1.4 million. When you really think about that, right? A down payment, you have to understand something. A down payment on one of those things, you would have to come up with a substantial amount of money in order to even secure that. And you have to understand something, like even with the banking system, like what bank is ready to do that? Like what bank is ready to lend you out that much money? You know what I mean? Like, because the average middle class, like American, when you really think about it, are they really like, let's say a home is let's say a home is 300,000. Let's say they put 30,000 down. Are they really ready for a loan that's $270,000, and then on top of that $270,000, you have interest, okay? Are they really ready to handle that? And how long is it going to take for them to pay that loan off? And then another thing about that, right? These are the same, the women of the West actually think that this is easy to pull off. They actually think that, like, this is something that you can easily do. They actually think that having this situation is something that's just regular. Oh yeah, you can just go get a house for 300,000. Oh yeah, you can just get a house for 500,000. When really it's a minority of people who can actually do that and actually live comfortably. Because sure, if you're like middle class American, you can try to get a house, but you will be barely scraping by. You know what I mean? Like, that's the whole situation. Like, if you think about it, if your mortgage payment is going to be your biggest bill, right? And then you're not even thinking about the upkeep of the house. You're not even thinking about the bills, the other bills that come with the house. You're not even thinking about food. You're not even thinking about just different things, your car, your gas, your insurance. They these women actually think this is easy to do. They actually think that this is easy to do. Um, and when you see them and it's looking like they're doing it, they're not really doing it, bro. A lot of this time, this is happening from a marriage, okay, a failed marriage. A lot of times, this is happening based on the fact that, unfortunately, in order to own a house, they will go upside down on the house in order to give the image of, hey, look at me, I'm a boss babe, okay? In order to own that car, they will actually buy a car that, you know, the payment for that car may be like 1 rack a month just to look the part, okay? Just to look the part, just to, you know what I mean? Not not accounting for everything else that comes with the car. I know, so one woman I know, she bought a Range Rover, and she bought an older model of a Range Rover. She couldn't upkeep the car. The car is now sitting in her driveway with a busted tire and everything else because she simply could not pay for the upkeep of the car. So when you see these things happening, yeah, when you see these things happening, just understand it is a smokescreen, okay? And so it goes back to that. It goes back to that quote that flight is going to be incumbent upon you. I want to show you guys a picture real quick. Let me find it. I want to show you guys. Let me see. So these are, I think they're two Somali women, and this is their requirements that they're asking for. They're asking for. I'll read them off to you too. So they want maher, which is the bride price. They want 200K. Nikah, they want 80K. Gold, they want 100K. House, they want 300K. Family money to give to their family, they want 50K. Wedding, 70K. A G-Wagon, they want Umrah, 35K, plus 6 to 10 cats. So with these kind of demands, right, you have, like, flight should be incumbent upon you. Me personally, I wouldn't marry from Somalis anyway, you know. And I want to throw this out there too. I didn't want to spend a whole video on it, but I want to put this out there. There's this rash accusation because there are certain groups of black dudes who fetishize East African women. No God-fearing Muslim West African man fetishizes Somalis, Ethiopians, or anything of that matter. Okay? As a matter of fact, you will find a House of Fulani woman to be way more pleasant than a Somali woman. This is just based on my experience. So there's no fetishizing, okay? We don't even think about them. We don't even talk about them in our circles, okay? So I just want to put that out there. But the thing is, if anything, we resonate more with Sudanese anyway. You know, we resonate more with Sudanese just due to the simple fact that Sudanese are in West African descendants are in Sudan anyway, you know. So that's the thing. Yeah, we don't do that, bro. I don't know why it's coming out there and stuff like that. And I kind of blame those West African men who do fetishize them, and those other non-West African men who do fetishize them for the sense of entitlement that they do have. I do blame them for that, but that's neither here nor there. But anyhow, let me see something. So this is what, like, the modern woman, you shouldn't want to just leave because of the modern woman. You should just want to leave for the culture in general. In general, you should just want to leave. Okay? So, this was said, I'll let you hear some of the things that I have come across, but you should never just leave for a woman, because of the woman. Don't leave a place just based on the woman. Like me, I'm leaving just based on the society at large. This society is just despicable. It's just a despicable society to live in. It's not going to be conducive to raise kids in. You know what I mean? And plus, if you have plans for those kids, I'm not saying that if God gave me kids, that I would force my kids to be footballers, but I would get them into some sports so I can, try to get them set up. Try to get them disciplined young enough in order for them to, get some places, and you're not going to find that here. As a matter of fact, football, for the most part, and I'm speaking about what they call soccer, is not a big thing here. I wouldn't want my kid I wouldn't want my kid playing football here, playing for some dinky old MLS. I would want them playing in the European Academy, where, in addition to the European Academy, they would also still be getting education alongside their footballing. So what I'm going to say, hold on just a minute. Let me go ahead and just show you some of the things that I have come across on the internet that will give you even more reason for flight, and yeah, some people will say, this is the thing. Some people will say, right? Some people will say, well, it's not all of us. It's not all of us. But the ones that it's not, of course, they're not going to speak out against it because they're already doing stuff. They're already, and most of the time, they're already spoken for. Like, for the most part, most of the time, they're already really spoken for. And that's just it, right? So this is what I'm saying, that you really can't, I really don't go on that kind of thing. I really don't go on that kind of, that premises. People say the premises, like, oh, it's not all of them. Oh, there's still some good ones out here. I don't really go off of that premises. You know what I mean? I really don't. Like, I this is something I don't go off of. Because if there were, for example, the quote unquote good ones and stuff like that, then, I think that things would be a little bit different. The dynamics would be a little bit different. And maybe the place that you're making flight to, right? Maybe the place you're making flight to, there is a chance that there may be some of the comforts here. Maybe some of the comforts you have here will not be there, but at the same time, maybe the opportunities there will not be available here. For example, maybe with $60,000 you can build a house, right? So this is why when it comes to that, you have to just think about it in that kind of light, I hate to say it, but this is just the way it is, you know. And the thing is, with inflation here, it's just going to keep on getting more expensive, more expensive, more expensive. You know. So let me just play you some of the videos that let you know that this is what's happening. Hold on, let me go to them. Hold on, just give me a minute. Give me a minute.
Once my boyfriend was...
Hold on. Give me a second.
bad, but my boyfriend just wants a monogamous
Alright, just hold on.
So, I want to be passed around so bad, but my boyfriend just wants a monogamous relationship. It's 2024. Expecting to be with one person for your entire life is, like, unreasonable. I'm a young 18-year-old Latina. I'm trying to get my face blasted by multiple men. Like, I haven't even had a quickie in a bathroom stall. I have so much to live for. And you're telling me that I have to stay with this one guy because I love him so much. But there's literally guys out there with 13-inch meats waiting to destroy me. It would just be so unfortunate if I were to go my whole entire life without getting piped by at least 100 different people, just to see who I like the most.
She belongs to the streets. God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
So that's just one of the videos that I'll play. And mind you, she said she's a Latina. So here's the thing, like a lot of women think that, like, oh, you just don't like black women. Little do they know, I would never touch a white woman in this, Anglo woman in this country who's from this country. I would never touch an Asian woman who was brought up in this country. I would never touch any kind of African woman who was brought up in this country, because chances are they have the footprint of this country, okay? And that includes Latinas as well. But listen to this.
Me or a new Lamborghini?
A Lambo.
What about me or a Honda Civic?
What year?
I guess 2002?
Yeah. Probably has less miles than you on it.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's doing anything!
I hate to say it, but yeah, I kind of assume the same thing, like with a lot of these women. Like, honestly, I assume that, you know, when it comes to these women, like, even when they try to put on this fake femininity for you, it's just fake. You know, they've been passed around. They've been, you know, doing all types of things. The only reason why they put that fake femininity on you is because you're not crawling all over them like the rest of the guys do. You're not giving them attention like the rest of the guys do. And you should not start doing it at all. But here's some more.
He was the nicest boyfriend that I've ever had. Like, to date, he was such a sweet, kind-hearted boy and just cared about me so much. And the reason that we broke up is I literally sat down one day just sitting in my room and I was like, wow, I don't actually like this kid. I just like how much he likes me. I don't actually like him. I just like that he likes me so much.
That's fucking brutal.
Isn't it sad?
So basically, he was drying you up being too nice.
Yeah, and we would like dry hump and make up for hours.
Hearing it here.
Yeah, this is what they do, man.
I've cheated plenty of times in my life, by the way. But I'm a reformed cheater. I would never do it again. I don't know, I kind of think everyone deserves a one-time cheat in their relationship or marriage.
So it's safe to say you're gonna cheat again.
Not when I have a ring on it.
What about engaged? You're just engaged. You're engaged for a year.
That's a gray zone.
Yeah, I know.
But once it's marriage, it's...
So she's saying that, like, you know, everybody should have, like, you know, sometimes I don't think they realize what they say when they're saying it. So at first she said that, you know, you get a one-time, you should get a one-time cheat in a relationship or a marriage. Then she said, I'm a reformed cheater, but I would never cheat in a marriage. You know, so again, you know, it just really it just really, I don't know what to say, you know, at this point, you know, so yes, you know. Now this one was kind of like scary, but it'll be the last one, and it puts the straw on I made flight incumbent upon me.
I left my boyfriend and I've been traveling for 10 days and I've slept with 22 people in that 10 days. My goal was 20 and I just hit 22 this morning. It's 1 p.m. now here in Paris and I need to check out because I'm going home. I really doubt I'm going to get another one on the board, either on the plane or like on my layover. So I think 22 is where we're going to cap it out. But how did I go?
She belongs to the streets. Really? That's what we've come to? That's pretty damn sad.
Yeah, so you know me, I'm done. Like I've been done with the West. I can say like for a good, I can say maybe for like a good shit, man. I can say like for a good like 10 years I've been done with the West, you know. Even though like in the past 10 years I was a teen, I've been done with the West now that I think about it, you know. And I hate to say it, but the Islamic scholars said that each year will be progressively worse. So, you know, I know people, I as crazy as it sounds, like you have some, you know, females who are goofy, and you have also like this notion that, oh, females are starting to wake up and stuff like that. No, they're not. It's going to keep getting worse. They're going to keep getting worse. The men who are desperate for them are going to keep getting worse. So the men who want to keep their sanity, I would say that yes, flight is incumbent upon you. And I mean, a man as myself who has dual nationality based on his country of origin, flight should definitely be incumbent upon you. Flight, you know, what I'm saying is just use the resources of this country and extract them into a different place where you can actually live normally. Okay? And with that being said, I just wanted to say that those words were very heavy to me. And I mean, I keep on saying I'm going to go live, but I just really need like to be up for it now. I really need something that just is going to fuel this live. That's just going to really get me to like just, you know what I mean? I need that. So if you guys have any ideas for a live, just let me know, you know, and I'll make time for it. But with that being said, Fulu signing out. Well, I'll see you on another one. Jadon.